Greetings and welcome to my office. I'm Father Kevin Kennedy. Do you know the story of God speaking to Moses through a burning bush? Well, this story comes with a warning. Do not try this at home. Burning a bush in front of your house is not going to give you the ability to talk to God. But now let's hear the real story of God speaking to Moses through a burning bush. Moses is caring for a flock of sheep one day on Mount Horeb, and Moses sees a bush that is on fire but is not being consumed by the fire. And so he's curious and he comes closer, and God speaks to Moses and tells him to take off his sandals, for he is standing on holy ground. It's ordinary ground, but God is speaking, so it becomes holy. The glory of God makes ordinary things very special. And taking off one's shoes is a common way of showing respect. I remember celebrating Mass in India on several occasions, in bare feet. It was customary for everybody to remove their shoes upon entering the church as a sign of reverence to God. You may have experienced the same thing if you ever visited a mosque. Moses realizes that he is in the presence of God and must act accordingly. When God gives Moses his mission to free the Israelites from slavery in Egypt, a big mission, God's message is extremely important, yet it comes to Moses in ordinary circumstances while he's tending his sheep. Ordinary things are made sacred by God's glory. As you know, it will be many months before we are freely able to stand on the holy ground of St. Gabriel Church. Due to the pandemic, there will be many restrictions on the number of people who can enter the church and how we move about when we're in the church. So attending Mass online will become a common experience for many people. So please, tell all your neighbors, your friends, your enemies about Masses online at St. Gabriel Church. Tell them to go to sgdc.church and subscribe to our twice weekly bulletins. And that'll give them a link to all sorts of videos like this and the Sunday Mass. Because Masses online will become something very common, I want to consider what Moses did when a common occurrence became extraordinary for him. He took off his shoes as a sign of respect. Maybe we can think of that when we attend Mass on our computers, our tablets, or telephones. These are common things. Yet when we use them to communicate with God, they become sacred instruments. Now, I know that while attending Mass online from home, there is a big temptation to do many other things while listening to the Mass. Whether you participate in the Mass indoors or outdoors, wherever you are, try to think of it as holy ground. Treat the experience of Mass differently than everything else you would do on your computer or tablet or phone. Maybe even take off your shoes while participating in the online Mass. Common things such as your phone are ways God can speak to you. So believe me, there is no need to go outside and burn a bush. Thank you for listening. I am praying for you. Please pray for me. God bless.